Day 52 of the Knitting English Speaking Challenge. So I was watching a short video, yeah, and then it was about to differentiate how the main character, we call it female lead, um, the differentiate between her fake friend and her real friend, the way they treated her, the fake friendship and real friendship. And to be honest, like, it's not to be honest again, it's the real thing was the female lead was just smiling with how the way her fake friend or real friend treated her. So we could, let's say, I could assuming that she was happy, like she likes her friend, and she knew that, like, the fake friend were her friend and then the real friend were her friend. But although she was smiling with how the way her friend, whether it was whether the friend was the fake one or the real one, the way her smiling was different. The first one, the way she reacted, or put on smiling expression of or happy expression towards her fake friend, were the type of smile when you were just like you forcing it, like deep down you seem to smell something fishy with the relationship, but you couldn't tell, or you didn't want to face it, didn't want to see the fact, or try to convince yourself that, like, she was trying to convince herself that her fake friend was a good friend, because the idea of friend should be a good friend, should be a good people, a good person generally. And then the way she smile, or uh, showing happy emotions towards her real friend was, sincere smiling, the type of smile that you feel deep down, you are happy and you feel happy, that's why you smile. The sincere smile and also real smile. And we could tell that, like, people still able to expressing things the same way, although they gotta treat it differently, but the expression didn't we couldn't really conclude based or solely on the expression of the person. Like, let's say, if you are happy, if you are smiling, it doesn't mean that you are really happy. If you are crying, it doesn't mean that you are really sad. There are people who crying because they feel touched because someone else word or something like that. There are people who just smiling out of politeness. And with this expression, like, a lot of adults nowadays use this complex expression socially, because this is how people learn, like using emotional intelligence, where they use it to interact with each other, whether it was fake or real. And a lot of people perhaps you know experiencing this, having or experiencing of having fake friends or real friends. But there are people who couldn't really tell the difference. There are people who trapped in a condition that they didn't want to face the reality if their friends, their so-called best friends, weren't actually a good friends, weren't actually real towards them. The way they treated you, the way they react upon your, upon information that they um, achieve from you, or etc. And it's just happening. And sadly, like real life, like somehow real life or movie were just the same. Let's say if we are talking about story, somehow when we used to watch or read, a novel, whether by book or just, e-novel, we could having, a comment like it's so exaggerating, etc. But there are things that were exaggerating but happen in real life. And it's also happening on this matter that I was talking to you, that like it's happening. People just complicate it. We are complicated things. The older we got, the complicated we could be, how we react, etc. Even when it comes to friendship, it's also happening. And perhaps if we are coming back to the story of this female that I was mentioning, I think she could be trapped in the idea that her fake friend was a good friend or still a best friend, because the idea of a friend itself, if I use uh, the meaning of a friend based on what I've got on the internet, it said that a friend, it was a person that you knew, like you like and you trust. And if she was like this female that was so innocent and still having the, you know the idea that a friend should be a good friend, the idea of like your friend because you like her, because you call her friend, she should be a good friend. But the reality wasn't always like that. Like, she was trapped, I guess. This female that I mentioned was trapped because if she was also having this idea of a friendship, it was true that, her best friend, her fake best friend, was a person that she knew, a person that she liked, and a person that she, she trusts. But in reality, it wasn't as simple as like that. Huh? And then, yeah, as I got older, I knew that is real, that it's a friend shouldn't, like a friend, a real friend was something more than someone you know, someone you like, and someone you trust. It's getting complicated. And I think I will stop it here because it's quite night. And yeah, that's what I would like to say, and I hope you enjoy it. Bye.